Hi, this is Krista Noel, and I am here to talk about something that I am finding some clarification on. And I'm inspired to share it with you right away because as soon as I began to really clarify in my mind uh, how to maneuver through this, I realized that, like, all of a sudden, all this confirmation started to come to me. It was confirming what it was that and helping me to even further clarify what it is I'm thinking about, how it is we are powerful creators that sometimes seem to get what we don't want. And so this for me is something that I hope brings you some clarity in navigating your own choices, conscious or unconscious. And so I recently had a situation where I was on Amazon Prime and I tend to look up things like documentaries, awakenings. I love things like have aliens ever visited us, and History Channel stuff and that kind of a thing. And so I had all these suggestions, rows and rows of suggestions, and what I was looking for is a happy movie, something that really made me laugh. And so I went to look and I couldn't find anything. It was crazy. Like all of a sudden, and I realized this is like the law of attraction. I had persistently been looking for this particular type of content, and when I went to shift my mindset, I was frustrated by the fact that I couldn't find it easily and it didn't come to me like really easily, like I just want it. I didn't know what movie I was looking for. I wasn't searching for a particular movie. I was just looking for like a row of happy, funny movies. And I couldn't find it. I didn't have it. It didn't exist on my Amazon Prime algorithm because that's not what I'd looked for before. And so it reminded me, or I realized that this was exactly like the law of attraction. And so, in many ways, it really mirrors the steps that we need to take or that I need to take to manifest a new creation after having thought in a certain way for a certain amount of time. And so it does take a little effort. But what is that effort? Well, the effort is one, taking the time to clarify my new choice. And what does that look like? That means really making it solid in my thought. What is it that I'm looking for? I want it to be funny, but not vulgar. I want it to be like, it could be even silly and stupid, just something that makes tears come down my face. It's so funny. And so as I start to, in my mind, begin thinking of what I want, I begin to feel what that movie or what that experience would make me feel. Like, if I were to see this movie, how would I feel? And I begin to feel that feeling. And this is the magic. Now, the pitfalls we get into, so that's step one. But I'm going to come down into a pitfall that we get into. A lot of people talk about this as being like lessons or tests or something that we change our mind or we elevate our thinking, and all of a sudden we still are getting the same things that we always got. And people say, "Oh, that's a test," or, "Are you really done with that?" or "It's a lesson, something that you need to learn from it." But what if it is really simply a matter of not giving it any attention. To see it, to see these manifestations as echoes from a past self that no longer exists, and you have no obligation to continue to look at them or to do anything with them. That they will fall away of their own accord as you begin to put all your energy into the new creation that you wish to intend. And so why I say that takes effort is because it does take some time to clarify it. It takes a desire to really create the thing that you want. It also takes a measure of self-love and self-worth to say, I deserve this new thing that I'm looking for. So there's all these things that if there's any blocks in those areas that you need to get out of the way, Yes, it's this is the moment to do that. And what motivates you is your choice, that new choice that you're trying to make. And so then you begin searching. But now for me, like I said, I didn't know what movie I wanted, right? So I didn't know how to search for it. So in the law of attraction, or this greater idea of it, where do you go? You ask God for help, or the universal intelligence, or divine intelligence, or source, or your Facebook friends. Do you know any happy, funny, silly movies that just make you laugh for no reason? And however you do it, however you manifest these new thoughts, I need a new answer. Please guide me to what would work for me. So then, because the Amazon Prime algorithm isn't changing just from my thoughts, right? Not yet. Not yet. However, if I start asking about it, and then I start searching for different movies, and I watch one and I say, "Oh, this didn't really meet the mark," and I put a little frowny face or whatever you do to let the algorithm know that you didn't like it or whatever, and then you start to clarify. So the pitfall that we get into is when we make a new choice, and all of a sudden these old manifestations show up. Oftentimes we get really frustrated, or we judge ourselves and we say, "Oh, maybe I'm not meant to have it." That's what I do. I should probably speak in the first person. um, Life is hard. It'll never change for me. That type of thing. Um, when am I going to stop being challenged? That kind of a thing. That is where I've noticed that I need to stop giving power to these projections from the past, and to recognize them for what they are. They are the persistence. They are the measure of the persistence with which I believed it in the past. That's all it is. So it may show up for a week, it may show up for a day, it may show up for an hour, it may show up for a year. And my job is to reaffirm over and over again that I am worthy of my new choice, that I am okay, that I can have what I want, that the universe does support that, right? Just like the algorithm. The algorithm, and this may be true or not true for people, but what if the algorithm has no care what we choose? What if God's the same way? What if God loves us no matter what we choose? And that when we choose again, we have that power to choose again. Just like that algorithm. It doesn't care. It just knows, oh, she's choosing something different. Let me give her that because I want her to stay here. I want her to stay in love or in entertainment, whichever the case may be, right? So, what if that's the truth? That the only person who is judging us is us. And so, our choices and what's showing up for us is not a reflection of who we are, but who we thought we were. And so I want to speak to another piece about whether or not our next choice is this higher choice, right? Or the last choice was a bad choice, or whatever, or wasn't in alignment with source. What if that isn't even really the case? What if it's all in alignment with source? When I think about the movies and the entertainment that I wanted to attract, I realized that the entertainment that I was choosing before was my highest choice given where I was and what excited me in that moment. And it may be again, because if I step out, the funny, stupid movie that I could watch, the Austin Powers, I'm dating myself, but the Austin Powers or Ace Ventura, or something that's just silly, stupid, funny that just distracts me and makes me laugh. I may not always choose that. What I'm choosing, if I step out and really give myself some perspective, what I'm choosing is to always align with my highest good, with the love in my heart, with the learning, with with the growing, with the experiencing of joy and what brings me happiness. And I believe that is what Source wants for us. It wants us to align with love, with joy, with happiness. It wants that. And it doesn't matter what choice shows up to make that happen. And we should never judge. And this is why it helps me to not judge the choices of my past, whether it's an awakening video or whether it's a really negative, a situation that causes me pain. All of them are clarifying experiences to show me what I want and what I don't want. And so don't judge your past experiences. Don't judge what's showing up right now. Choose as the powerful creator that is so loved. That is who you are. That is who you are. Stay focused on your prize and it will manifest. We get so distracted by what we've created so far. And a lot of people say that what we've created so far is such a mess. And I'm saying, and I believe that the way to heal this, the way we can create the world that we love for all of us is by staying focused on what we want and releasing what we don't want with acceptance and love and transformation. Allow it to have the freedom to move and to shift and to make that energy available for our next highest choice. So I hope this is helpful. I was really excited to bring it to you, and I wish you all a very, very blessed day. Bye bye.